Hello and welcome
Hi, everyone.
to episode 3 of In the Last Remaining Light, a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle. I'm your host, Nathan, and I'm joined by Sai, Josh, Jillian, and Katie. We last left off with our fledgling vampires awakening to their first night aboard a ship. That was pretty short-lived. The ship was in poor condition, and they decided it was best to leave. We are in the last hour before dawn, and they have taken off in a lifeboat, aiming to make the Seattle shore and leave the Puget Sound. They have one professional seaman with them, the first mate Jackie, who has been driving the lifeboat for them through stormy waters. They were insistent, however, on making land as quickly as possible, and that came with some risks. The lifeboat has been dashed up against the sides of the Ballard locks and has capsized. Our fledglings now have to decide, well, it's not really a decision. I mean, you gotta get out of this boat, and you gotta get up the Ballard locks. So we open to water rushing into the lifeboat. Jackie's taken a pretty bad gash to the side of her head, and she's been knocked for a loop.
Ah, fucking Jackie.
Why do they have to be so fragile?
Like, all of us casually in a shipwreck and just we're like, God, Jackie, come on.
I mean, fledgling for only like 2 hours, 3 hours already.
Already have that air of superiority.
Yeah.
You fit right in. Perfect.
I mean, I already said that I was going to try and backpack Jackie and get her up this up onto the dock with me, but yeah, we'll see how that goes.
So that's what Tyr is doing. Tyr is currently cradling Jackie in kind of a fireman's carry, trying to get her up over the shoulder. What's everybody else doing?
We gotta climb or something?
You gotta swim first.
Okay, well, let's swim.
The climbing's gonna be the easy part.
Is it easy? Okay, let's swim. Alright, let's do this. Athletics rolls.
So there's like an actual hatch that you guys have to open. It's kind of like slightly ajar, but it's been just from damage. But you're gonna have to like push that thing open and get into the water.
Well, who thinks they're strong enough to do this?
Picking up a person. Huh?
Using her to ram it open.
We've all figured Jackie's body is very fragile. It's not going to help open anything. I will attempt to get this hatch open. What would you like, good sir?
Give me strength, athletics.
Strength. 1, 2, 3, 4. So sorry, I'm going to be rolling a little slow. I don't have as many dice as usual.
You mean your strength athletics is more than one die?
It's more than 4.
Holy shit.
So that's 1. Let's do our hunger. Okay.
Yeah, actually, mine's also just 1 die.
2. 3 successes.
Yeah, the door pops open pretty easily. It screeches. You just put your foot through it with Jackie over your arms, and it just pops open. Water is now coming in. This thing is going south.
Okay.
Guess we're getting out.
Yeah.
Well, it's swimmer. I don't know if vampires sink, but like,
We sank so many vampires.
I mean, there's that.
We can worry about that
Is that
later.
thing? Did we? Is it on a good course? The ship? We left it in a good course, right?
So the people at the helm, you recall, they were leaving the sound, right? So they put it on course to leave the sound, and then you murdered just about everybody at the helm and left the ship.
We didn't.
So it's just
Murder
going.
everyone.
So the good news is that it's an ocean liner, and there's not really anything that can happen that actually will sink this in the Puget Sound.
Tell that to the Titanic.
Okay.
The worst case scenario is it gets beached.
Okay. Beached right onto like
Seattle.
an
That would be
actual
bad.
city, right?
Yeah, that would be bad if it was beached
Okay.
on Seattle.
Well,
We'll see what
let's-
happens.
Yeah.
Let's swim.
Weakest
Yeah.
swimmers out first. I could just push you down with my foot.
Yeah, I'll try and lead the way. I'm scared.
Yeah. I'm following.
All right. So again, that's strength athletics rolls for everybody. Be sure to include your hunger dice.
10.
Did you say that was a strength athletics?
Yep, strength athletics.
I got a 10 from 1d10.
I got a 1 from 1d10.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I have 2 successes.
Okay.
I have 4 successes.
You 4. Okay. This is actually really difficult for you, Tyr, because it's hard to swim and hold
Yeah.
someone in a fireman's carry.
Just in a circle.
So, I guess this is a good news, bad news situation. Jorgen, you are immediately just consumed with using your mind to kind of overcome this and think about, like, how should I be swimming? You're, like, comparing yourself to the people around you. Like, Katie just takes off like a duck in the water, but not you. And you're going to be at a penalty to do things until you manage to gain a critical success at something.
Lovely.
Wow.
Great.
Katie, you're making good time. You needed 2 successes to get to the ladder. The waves are kind of like pushing everyone around, but you managed to cut through them and get to a ladder that's leading up to kind of like, it looks kind of like an industrial dock.
Alright, I'm gonna try to climb up there then. I'm not staying in this water.
There's no roll to climb a ladder. You can do that. You're a normal human or a normal.
You are a normal human.
Alright,
Good damn, a normal human.
notes! Normal human.
So, unfortunately, you turn around and look, and everybody else, except for Tears, made progress to the base of the ladder. Everybody else has, or the other 2, are kind of just going in circles, getting pushed around by the waves. The good news is that they don't really need to breathe, so they're not like immediately dying. They're just taking up a lot of time, and
Great.
you don't have a whole lot of it.
Is there anything up there, like rope or anything that I can throw to these people? These other normal humans?
So when you get to the top, there's a bunch of like industrial shipping equipment around, and there's a big belay line, which is a big like nylon rope. You could
Alright.
huck down in there. Though it's anybody's guess whether or not they're going to be able to make it to that any more likely than they would to that ladder.
Would I be able to throw this line and then like try to throw it out to them and try to pull them in type of thing? Or
Okay. Let's do. Just roll raw strength plus dexterity.
Oh, that's fine. I got plenty of dexterity. 4. And then that one. That is 3 successes.
All right. You managed to peg Sai with this, and and that's so. The more you pull on that side, the closer it's going to take you to the dock, and thus the ladder. So you're always making progress at this point.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
You missed.
Just can I like, oh, I don't know if I can hear you with the sound of these waves. I mean, can I, how much rope do I have? Can I throw the remaining rope at Florian?
Jorgen.
Jorgen.
Yeah, my name is Jorgen.
Who even is he?
I mean,
Come on.
it's just some weird
I don't know.
something in a weird, I don't know what you're wearing. What are you wearing in this when you wake up?
To be honest, probably some awkward black robes over like a hoodie and jeans.
We were just ignoring it. We're like, bring it up later.
Okay. Can I throw this rope to Jorgen?
So you can stay in the water, and I mean, I'll have the amount of the time that we were gonna knock off
Okay.
for Jorgen spinning his wheels.
All right.
in the
I'll
water,
stay
just
there.
doggy paddling
and
around in a
just, like,
circle.
You should take off your hoodie and robe because it's weighing you down.
Have you ever tried to get undressed underwater? That sounds terrible.
Maybe a couple times, but I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm underwater undresser. We're talking like this while like waves are like roaring around
Just
us.
yelling at each other underwater. Is Jackie conscious?
anymore.
She's conscious, but she's just kind of like out of it.
Uh-huh.
Like you can see,
Right.
like her eyes are open
Mm-hmm.
and looking around, but she's just kind of let Jesus take the wheel.
It is
Or-
I, the Lord. And I wasn't sure. Am I making progress?
Yeah,
Or-
you made it. You made it to the base of the stairs after.
Oh.
Kate did.
Oh, cool!
After
Bye,
Iris.
nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll climb up there. Shit.
Yeah, you had 4 successes with a Jackie.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what my goal was with a whole just dead weight human, but good, cool. You're fine.
So you are all at the top.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there's a significant amount of time burned. Iris watching Florian or Jorgen and Artenusa slowly make their way towards the ladder and kind of fight their way through the waves.
What time
Alright.
is it? Do we have a sense of the time?
Really not good.
Is there a building nearby?
Or
So
There's a bullseye.
you get to the top and you can see there's a giant park off to your left. The lock is to your right, which is a canal that separates you from I guess downtown Seattle, Queen Anne. And north of you you can kind of see that turn into neighborhoods. And there's like a tiny little industrial area. I say tiny. It's got a pretty big warehouse is prominent there. It doesn't look like it's been used, but you can hear something coming from it, and there's people around it.
we should go to the urban center drop Jackie off somewhere in the street? Just like
Nope.
flop her there?
I was
Or do you
just going to
prefer the
drop
wilderness?
I said there's like a tiny park. It's not like wilderness.
Oh, park. The park.
It's a park in a city.
We could leave her at the park.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Or-
drop her on the way to wherever you guys decide we go, because I don't know where to go.
Yeah, I don't know where we are.
Are any of you from around here?
Are any of us from around?
I am. Are
don't
you?
know.
Wait.
Artanusa
I'm
would
from
know.
around here.
Yeah,
I
Artanusa would know.
Yeah.
No,
I would know.
So the thing about Seattle though is like people know their neighborhoods. It's actually a really hard city to navigate in without GPS, and even then it gets a little dicey.
Does Jackie
No one
have
has
a
a
cell phone?
Yeah.
But you can see streets, right? Like you could there's street access to the warehouse. That's
Alright.
kind of running alongside the Ballard Lock.
Okay. I won't. I'll lead the way and start like looking through the streets and warehouses to see where we can hide.
Well, there's only because there's just so little space in Seattle. There's only one like warehouse industrial. There's like a fenced-in section for dock workers. However, tonight it looks like something else is going on. You can hear the sounds of a straight-up rock concert coming from
Before
that
dawn?
warehouse.
What
Looks
are
like
they
it's been
doing?
going for a long time.
It should be fine if there's somewhere to go in there.
We can
Yeah.
probably just blend in. We'll be wet, but who cares?
I mean, you don't know what they do. They could be getting wet, having bubble
Yeah.
parties. Yeah, I've been to one. It's pretty. It's disconcerting. Anyway,
Bubble party.
a bubble party? You've never heard of a bubble party?
Nope. Tell me later.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's just
We don't have time for this.
maybe tomorrow morning. Tomorrow night. Oh shit! What is time anymore?
So as you guys, I mean, there's a like club-like line out front. It's not really a line anymore because people aren't really trying to get in, but you can see the rope that people used to be in line. And there's two.
Yeah, maybe you could just leave Jackie right here. Just put her on the floor.
I'm not gonna drop her right in front of this line. I'm probably gonna put her somewhere like somewhat visible, like if a person walked by, and I'm gonna put her on her side.
Okay.
There we go.
Yes, this is how you make sure they don't throw up and choke themselves to death.
That's the goal. Or I don't want to
She's
say
awake.
that.
She's fine.
So she's she looks like she breathed in some water and she's been coughing as you've hauled her around. You can drop her. I mean, she's coughing, so
That's-
roll medicine. That's good.
Yeah.
Can anyone do
Put her down.
first aid here?
I don't know if we have time.
No, we gotta
Yeah. Let's just.
go. We've done enough for her. We can go.
Yeah.
Yes, we gave her the best chance we can. She'll be fine if she's
Jackie,
strong.
Jackie, we're even now. You never saw us. Goodbye.
Jackie barely registered anything you said. She's coughing and bleeding.
Yeah.
You leave Jackie. So there's a kind of like park just to the north, to your left. I mean, you probably have to like clear a hobo off a bench to make room for Jackie, but
Get out of here.
This is our bench now.
We're just bullying homeless people.
hey, if you want a bench in Seattle, that's just what you gotta do. Yeah, so there's, I mean, you have the option of trying your luck with these two bouncers that are looking at the four of you, sopping wet, like, what's this bullshit?
No.
They're like, you can see their like customer service look like please don't come here. Don't. No, please.
So who wants to go over there and talk to them?
I'll go over there and I'll ask them. Yeah, so we came from this bubble party like 3 hours ago. We just wanted. Is this concert about to end?
Jesus Christ! What the fuck's a bubble party? So the little there's like the little like aggro dog bouncer has addressed you, and the large, strong, silent type is just kind of giving you side eye.
Who's playing tonight? Well, it's almost done. Do you have a permit for this?
Oh my god.
What are you, like,
Sherry, no.
a city inspector? What?
No, I'm just curious.
Are they normally?
I've never seen.
You've never seen a rock concert?
I mean, I haven't seen a rock concert out here. At this. Anyway, never mind.
Okay, bye.
Sherry, did they say we could go in or not?
They haven't said anything yet. So
Is there a
gosh.
manhole cover somewhere?
I'm sure you could find one.
I have a backup plan if you can't talk
okay,
to these
you
people.
could probably try that. I think that's actually a good idea. We could just skip this and just go to the.
I mean,
sewers.
listen, Artenusa, you've been really good at talking to people so far, and I believe in you.
Well, I think it's only because I'm the one who's initiating talking to people. But
If I talk to these guys, so far every man I have talked to today I have killed. I'm
That's
not
fair.
feeling really good about it. It's not a good track record.
All right. I'll go talk to them.
I'll go up with them. Yeah. Nope. You're not going alone.
I'll go with them.
Hey, if we're all going.
We're just
Let's
gonna all go.
We were just really hoping that we could see the last few songs of this band. Can we come in?
Look, it everybody who's had their hand punched can come in. That's how it works.
Hand punched. How do I get?
He
my
holds
hand
up.
punched?
He holds up his hand. It's got like a stamp on the back of it.
Oh, sorry. We all just it washed off at the
it
bubble
got-
party.
Absolutely. That's absolutely what happened.
Look, no stamp, no entry. Like that's. I don't know how to help you here. Like what? Why did you go to like the hose bubble party? I don't understand. Where is
Who
this
you
place?
calling hose?
He just looks at you like,
I'm gonna open up my purse that I still have with me.
Ooh.
Like, I think I have something that's better than a stamp. And I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna take part of the cash because I have a lot of cash,
you do?
and tell them that they can have this if they let us in.
Well, why didn't you say so?
That's what I thought.
I guess we have a bargaining chip.
That's see, that's not hard. You just pay for stuff and get it.
Great.
Awesome.
Come on
I'm
in,
gonna
enjoy the
walk
show. It should
through-
be going on for about another 30 minutes. They've been up doing encores for it seems like an hour now.
Cool.
I'm ready to go.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks. I'll hand it to him and walk in. I'm not waiting for these dudes.
You get in this warehouse and it is loud. The walls are like you can almost feel like physical sensation of sound. inside all of these hard surfaces and like concrete walls that's just reverberating the whole thing. The only thing that's dampening the sound is the sweaty bodies of teenagers.
Gross.
They're not that much older, tier.
Yeah, but
Which-
they look so small.
So they're
Everyone looks small too. You're a fucking giant.
That is also true. What the fuck are we doing?
So, okay.
Is there like a basement level that
We're
you can
gonna.
get to, maybe?
This is inside a warehouse, right? Or
This
is
is.
it okay, good. Yeah, so these people are probably gonna pack up and we could find a place here to stay. I doubt people will inspect if we find a place to hide. I mean, I don't know what happens to us when it's daylight out, and I don't know what happens.
I'm having
So,
pretty bad
I-
assumptions.
I think we're just gonna like sit in a dark room for the next 8, 9, 10 hours. So yeah, we should probably be on the lookout for like spots where we can hide.
Okay. I bulldoze through some teenagers.
I'll follow. Yep.
Yeah, do we see any place where that might be a good, quiet, well, not quiet, a good spot to
Eventually
hide?
quiet.
So why don't anybody who's like looking for a place, go ahead and roll wits investigation.
Wits. So not a lot of dice.
Hey, I got a 2.
Solve your
What's
dice
this?
roll.
Investigation. Yeah, lean towards
Like
mental and I will
Florian's.
have enough dice.
I mean, I would be good if I could roll anything. I got 1 success.
Hey,
I
I
have-
got 2 successes over here.
I
So
also
There you
have
go.
one
doing pretty good.
success on my hunger dice. I don't think that means anything, but I'm just gonna say it each time.
I have 1 success.
So there is a there's not a whole lot. It's in a warehouse, right? So there's
Yeah.
not a whole lot going on here as far as doors. It's a big open bay. There is kind of a bunch of shipping containers that are being used as a stage at the back right now.
Our favorite.
And there's if you look up, there's a catwalk. It looks like there's an office up there. If you
And this whole warehouse is enclosed, so like there are no windows, right?
there's a row of windows around the very top of the warehouse.
That's negligible light.
You just move around the building,
You'll
avoiding
find
it all day.
Great.
Well, should we find ourselves back in a shipping container, or should we try and go to the offices?
I feel like the offices would be
Potentially better.
occupied, but we could try seeing if there are like drawers, closets. I don't know.
I gotta tell you, I don't know if I'm gonna fit in a drawer.
You get
I'd rather
2.
go die in the sun than sit in a goddamn crate again.
I'm gonna go check this office then.
Yeah.
Iris, you rolled well enough in your investigation roll that you kind of gave some a look at the band that's playing. They look really, really pasty, and not just Western Washington pasty, but
Do I recognize this band?
Fantastic.
you don't. I already knew. So these are this is not really your kind of music. This is very industrial, metal.
I'm gonna
is-
point out to Tyr that I think these guys might be vampires. This band.
Huh. I'm gonna squint at them. Like,
So
do you think that's a good thing?
it means they're gonna have to go somewhere too.
Oh, so we stalk them.
It's better than nothing.
I agree.
Okay.
So
Well, that's a plan. But
So
I
we're
don't know
supposed to just jam out to this bullshit until they're done? Pretend we're fans, or
I mean, it's not that bad. Just, you know, just violently rock your head back and forth and jump around.
It's pretty bad, actually. It's pretty awful to listen to.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's really suspicious to have this sort of concert out here at this time. I think
Yeah, it's because
I
they're
mean-
fucking vampires.
if it's in a club setting, perhaps. But I haven't seen rock concerts last this long unless it's out in the docks. Is this a rock concert? Well, it's industrial. It's like
you know that Artanusa, the Ballard is like super gentrified. That once what was once an industrial center has been repurposed
I see.
to
I mean-
house hipsters and tech bros.
Is that because
The only thing
Because
that's
the
left is the
industries are-
locks, right? That still gets used.
right? Okay. Well, I mean, if you can rent out the space, and it's kind of far away from where it can make noise, I guess. Well, all right. Are we gonna? There's a backstage probably.
There isn't really a backstage, though.
Like a makeshift backstage.
There is kind of like an area like behind the shipping containers
Okay.
that they have set up.
We should probably go there. I'm not sure if I trust other vampires right now, but you know, why not? If you think that's a fine plan.
I think it's the only plan we've
yeah,
got.
we don't
So
have a plan.
All
all right, let's go invade their space.
So the band's winding down as they must. It is the end of the night. They are they hit one last solo that is awful, painful, and this almost confirms your suspicions, right? The way the crowd is responding to this music is nuts. They love it. It seems to just come off of them. This attraction to their music just seems to come off of the band in waves, and the humans are lapping it up. Anyways, they
So weird.
they take a final bow and start walking off the stage. The humans aren't having it. They're still yelling, but the bandmates are starting to like look at each other like, we gotta go. So
And are they heading backstage? Or
yeah, they're walking.
backstage?
Yeah, they're walking back behind the.
All right, we're following them. Let's
After
go.
me.
I mean, people like a lot of weird things nowadays. Maybe they like this music ironically. I'm not judging.
I will part the sea so we can get to the backstage area.
So you could do that up to a point, until you run into a large dude in a very tight t-shirt, who's obviously keeping people from walking around behind the shipping container makeshift stage.
Does large dude look pale?
No.
Okay. Go get him, Tyr.
I'm gonna look over to the the people that I've seen be able to talk to people, and I'm gonna be like, I did my part.
Iris, let's go up to him.
All right.
Yeah, we're just gonna we're assistants of the band. They called us here, they summoned us here. We came from a bubble party.
Great.
They wanted
I'm gonna-
yeah.
This, yeah, we need to get back there as soon as possible. I'm gonna use my awe on this person.
Okay. Go ahead and roll charisma and persuasion.
Can we double awe this person? That makes me hungry though, right?
No, awe is free.
Oh, okay.
Awe's free. You-
Oh.
I
Okay.
got I got 3.
Maybe you got
3
it. So
successes. Unless does my stunning count in this roll?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right,
Advice
let
for
me roll
some-
2 more.
Ooh.
That would then be 4 plus a crit.
ooh.
Very fun.
Oh, that absolutely does it. This human has no capacity to resist this. Well, I guess everybody's looking for someone like you. Go on in.
Thank you. And I will usher you guys in past me before, just in case it's only me.
Yeah. Go in.
So you guys all kind of walk in, but maybe he would have stopped the other people, but he just never took his eyes off of Iris.
Great. I have a new fan.
So what's the backstage look like?
So there's the band and a bunch of roadies, and they're loading a shipping container. Looks like they're getting ready to move quickly. Like,
That makes sense.
Hey, new friends, where are we going?
one of the bandmates looks up at you, the bassist. What? He kind of squints at you. We're not going anywhere. Who let these jerks back here? Who the fuck are you people?
Jerks.
I think you know who we are.
Here's disassociating in the back. The adrenaline's fully worn off.
It's been a long
There's so many
night.
people.
So many people. So he takes another look at you. Wait a minute. I think you're out past your bedtime.
And we're ever so tired.
Why are you wet, by the way? I just have to.
It's
You're
a
wearing
long story.
You're like wet and in a bathrobe, looking
I mean,
over at Jorgen, like.
This is a ceremonial cloak, you imbecile.
don't mind him. It's from the we were from the bubble party a couple blocks away.
You should
was
never mix
cool.
bubble parties with metal.
Well,
You should never do that.
maybe you should try. You might like it. But I mean, so anyway, I look at the others because like I'm unsure if I want to reveal. Like I don't know if I can trust I don't know if I can trust vampires.
I give. Deer's just slowly melting down. We need a fucking place to sleep.
It's been a long flippin' night. Can we,
Are these people pale?
Look.
Yes.
Yes.
These are the pale people.
absolutely. And you. You saw the way that they manipulated this crowd.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. I'll show my fangs. just like like a little peek. Like
Whoa,
I'm gonna
okay.
say like
Wink.
like
Ooh.
I get it. I get it that you came from the bubble party, like whatever.
listen, we woke up just a couple hours ago. Finding
doing?
ourselves not anymore human. I think. Who knows though? Like these could be prosthetic. I don't know, but I have a feeling they're not.
This is your first night.
Yeah.
And it's been a long one.
Okay.
I mean, we had a bubble party out at the sea. And so we got wet twice. Anyway,
all right.
have you,
Okay. Go ahead. Go on in.
all right, thanks.
Go talk to Jessie. She's already in the shipping container. We're that thing's gonna get buttoned up. We're all gonna be in it. And we're going
Alright,
back
how
home.
many
Tell
are
me
you?
it's not
I mean-
going on a ship. Just
No,
want to go back on the ship.
it's going to Tacoma.
I don't know where that
Hold
is,
on.
but
So-
it sounds like it's not in the ocean.
So you would know Tacoma is the large metropolitan city to Seattle
It's back
south.
down south, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
I'm
Fine.
heading in.
Yeah, I follow.
I don't know if this is normal among vampire. I'm just gonna say this to everyone else among vampires. I don't know. I'm still scared. But who knows? It might be like a great orgy inside. I mean, we're all gonna be crammed into one shipping
alright,
container.
Fear turns around. I'll die in a fire.
Oh, shit.
So you get in here. It looks like someone's made this into like a little like livable room. There's furniture inside it, lights.
We
A
were
couple other
told to
band
ask for
members
Jessie.
are lounging around. Jesse was the lead singer
Yeah.
that you saw.
All right, let's go find Jessie.
It's a tiny shipping container. Immediately she stands up.
All right.
Whoa. So you guys, do you guys need a place to stay for the day?
Yeah, it's our
Yep.
first night, whatever that means.
Okay.
We don't know anything about anything.
All right.
Fully innocent.
Nobody's fully innocent.
We came from a ship. It might
Sherry.
reach its.
Stop.
Sherry,
Are you
Stop.
are you schizophrenic or something?
Honestly, she might be. I'm gonna sit down, and I'm just gonna find a spot, and I'm gonna sit on the floor. That's where I am.
Yeah, I'll find a place to sit.
Yeah, tomorrow night, tonight. I'm new to this. We'll be out of your hair. Just
just for a night.
take us wherever you're going, and we'll see you later. Also, I probably look like ground beef. I have so much damage.
Yeah, you got an actual hunk of, like, you've been peppered.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
So, what happens to vampire? Sorry, what happens to people like us? When it's daytime?
I bet we sparkle.
we burn.
Oh,
Great.
Good thing I didn't bet money.
Look,
thing
you
we
can
got
come
here.
with us, but that's fine. I guess I'll introduce you to your new world and the truth of your new existence. You're gonna owe us for this. This is a big deal.
Fine. Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
fine.
No worries.
No worries. You say that now. Okay.
Can't be
Well-
much worse than what we've already dealt with. So
She gestures towards like a couch. Make yourself comfortable. So what are your names?
I'm.
And
going
why does he have a, like part of his face shut up?
It's been a long night, like you said.
I mean, bubble parties get really wild.
That's what I was thinking.
There's sometimes he just hit himself on a rock face.
He got shot with a shotgun.
There it
Yeah.
is. That was the answer.
Does the name Takeshi Pharmaceuticals mean anything to you?
Nope.
Good.
All right.
Stay the fuck away from them.
Do you know anything about there's a ship called the Black Dahlia? Red Dahlia?
Red Dahlia.
The Red Dahlia. Black Dahlia is the murdered.
I don't.
It's I think it might beach itself soon, and there's I'm like gonna hold myself, like, I guess I'm
Okay,
thinking
whoa.
if I can trust these.
You're giving me some word salad right now. Calm down. Focus. Start at
We
the
should
beginning.
probably just rest. I'll look at the others because I don't know if I want to reveal this information to these people.
No.
So I'll just keep that to myself for now.
What do you want to know, Jesse?
Names? I guess that like
Good first step.
Yeah.
I'm Jorgen.
nice to meet you, Jorgen.
Iris.
Yeah, I'm Mary.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. It's Mary.
Go ahead and roll me some subterfuge.
I'll do that. Just subterfuge.
Subterfuge manipulation.
Okay. I have 2 10s. Oh, they're all 6 successes, 2 crits.
Mary it is.
So that's your real name.
Yeah. Every-
Huh.
Yeah,
It's actually Mary. Got it.
yeah, it's Mary Hoppins.
Oh,
everyone believes in Mary Hoppins.
Yeah, she she's a bit traumatized right now. We'll just we can ask her name later.
Oh, I'm Tyr. I was deep in a void. Hey.
Hey. Okay, so how did you get here?
we woke up on that ship. We fucked up that ship, and then we jumped off.
I
And
mean, we
swam
were
to
really
shore.
hungry. And we jumped off the ship.
So you were all on a ship out in the Sound,
Yeah.
and I'm
I feel like somebody should.
guessing
Take
you
a
were
look.
put there against your will.
No,
I mean-
it was just a pleasure cruise. Yeah. Yes, we were there against our fucking will.
Hey, I'm just trying to assemble this word salad.
Yes, we woke up there, made a daring escape. It'll probably make a good movie someday.
Yeah, that seems like something some venture fuck would do.
What's
Venture.
Ventru?
The Camarilla, the people that, well, I guess used to run Seattle, but now we're here.
what's a camarilla? Is that a fruit?
Is it like a pomelo, you know? That's what it sounds like.
The Camarilla is kind of like the vampire cops, I guess. I mean, it's bigger than that. It's like a whole organization of assholes that fulfill bitty roles. Policing just being one of them. But anyways, they would make they would make stupid movies like that.
I mean, I guess if vampires are around for a long time, you would have some sort of vampire police. Explains that we haven't heard of them until, well, now. So someone's definitely like keeping a masquerade going on.
Roll credits.
Oh,
So, if you're not part of this Camarilla, who are you?
Jesse, free. That's what I am.
Okay.
You don't have to be part of anything you don't want to be part of, unless they say you got to be part of it or we'll kill you. Then you might have to. But
Great.
Yeah, great. Good.
Uh-huh.
It was a nice little trick you were pulling on the audience tonight.
it
I
pays
mean-
the bills. Although, like, it kind of backfired on us there. I don't know if you noticed. Like, we couldn't get off the damn stage.
Couldn't you just reverse it? Does
Never-
it work that way?
I've never seen any. Well, I mean, yeah. Usually that would just kind of make them run away in terror. If that
Yeah,
was
that
your
doesn't
thing.
sound good.
That'd be an ending to a show.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
and now that you say it sounds pretty metal to me.
so how do you, I'm assuming you're not known, because I don't know you. Do you just keep changing your identities every night when you play or something, if you play every night or every week? How do you even get this much people in one place to begin with?
Well, I mean, we've been the Red Crucifix here for a couple of years. We don't change our name every night.
Okay.
That's pretty rough on business.
All the colors of the crucifix just keep going down the list.
Red, orange, blues.
So, crucifix. Anything we should worry about with those?
Hmm? You notice that you're sitting on a couch that has like the logo all over it. And you didn't.
Oh my
even
gosh.
notice. And it's everywhere in here. Like, there's like flyers. There's little like doodads that are like
So we're
obviously meant to be sold. Crucifix
So
trinkets.
like, no power in the crosses.
Nope. He picks one up, throws it at the bass player. Just bounces
Burst
at
of
him.
flames.
So around this time, the lead singer leans back and bangs on the door, or bangs on the side of the container. Hey, button us up! And a roadie comes along and shuts the container door.
Great, yeah, love that.
The door swings shut. It's loud. It completely occludes all light coming in from outside, from the lights in the warehouse. And now you're just left with kind of this soft yellow glow from lamps in here.
I thought you said soft yellow glow from vamps, and I'm like, are we bioluminescent too?
Hell yeah.
Learning about vampirism.
We don't sparkle, we glow.
So what should we be afraid of? Just sunlight? I mean, fire seems like it's incredibly hot for some reason.
Yeah.
Getting shot fucking sucks. I'd be afraid
But
of
you
that
didn't
again.
die.
Yeah. I would want to avoid getting shot, especially that much. It's already
Yeah.
working.
So, how were vampires actually killed then?
Fire. And you can, You can kill a vampire with a shotgun, like someone attempted to do to him. That'll just kind of put you into what we call torpor, where your body can't heal itself anymore, run out of blood. You can no longer stay conscious. So you're effectively dead. But
Cool.
I mean, if someone was nice enough to bring you some blood, that could be fixed.
So what if we get staked at the
Yeah.
heart or decapitated? Does that do anything?
You'd probably be in for a nap in the case of decapitation. And stakes are a real problem. That's a very real thing. If someone manages to get a big hunk of wood into your chest cavity heart area, you're going to be paralyzed.
Does it have to be wood?
Yeah,
So if it were metal,
you wouldn't
it's
be
gonna be
paralyzed.
fine.
I mean,
Interesting.
you'd have a big hunk of metal in your chest, so, and I think that hurts.
Yeah, it
So
does. I mean, I got a bunch of small pieces of metal in my.
Do you
freaking
need
face.
help? Like, does
Probably.
Yeah. Like, I mean, sure. What are you gonna do?
I mean, Fingers over there, he could like go to town on you with like a guitar pick and try to get those little BBs out.
I don't know that I want a guy named Fingers touching my face. No offense, Fingers.
You just like
Also-
there's somebody like laying down like a back way that just kind of like ugh. Massive hand though, massive like.
Big ol' hand.
Are you gonna play another? So what? Are we just gonna sit here in the dark for 10 hours, or do we sleep?
Oh, sleep's gonna come to us whether we want it or not pretty soon here.
What do you mean?
I mean that when the sun comes up, we are all gonna lose consciousness. I mean, people call it sleep, but it's not really sleep.
Okay.
So we just automatically lose consciousness when the sun's up.
I mean, you can try and fight it. Some people are more successful than others.
Okay. Well, I'll see you on the other side, I guess. Just sit around and wait.
I have a question. It's not for them. It's for the DM.
Mhm.
I would like to check to see if the phone still works. Because I was in the ocean. I stole a phone from that
Oh, right.
gross hillbilly guy.
From Mitch.
Oh yeah. After I killed him with my hands.
Hey,
And then I took his hand and then I changed his password. So I can get into his phone. It's just, is it working? Was it waterproof? He seems like he's been on a boat, maybe.
So I need to ask you a question. Where did that hand end up?
Golly, that's a great question. Honestly, it was probably Tyr used the hand to get the phone open and then no longer needed the hand. So it's probably been yeeted into the water. She wouldn't be trying to hold on to that once it's served its purpose. I don't need Mitch anywhere near me for the rest of my day. I just want to see if he had a waterproof case or something.
Okay, so you didn't like leave it on a park bench next to Jackie. Or...
I put it next to Jackie, just like
Why'd you find
no,
her
I
head?
probably instantly threw it in the water. Mitch deserves nothing. He doesn't get the bench. He doesn't deserve any part of him on the bench.
So the phone, it's powered down right now, and it's kind of wet, like every
Yeah.
part of you. You can choose to fire it up if you like. That's
You should probably.
the
wait
risk
until
involved
it's
of
dry.
firing up a wet phone.
You should
I
wait.
mean-
Yeah, dry it up first, then you can turn it on when it's dry. This has
Everybody
happened
watching
before.
me while I'm holding the phone, like,
Yeah.
fine. I shake it a little, put it back in my wet pocket.
Like the times I've dropped my phone in the toilet, far too many. I'm sure you can relate.
How do you drop your phone in the
No.
toilet? You don't even stand to pee, do you?
Well, when you poop, right, and you're playing games, right?
I'm gonna pretend I'm asleep. I'm just gonna lay my head onto the arm of the couch from where I'm sitting on the floor, and I'm just gonna close my eyes and hope that the sun rises and like knocks me out. I'm praying for it.
I mean, I perch on the toilet like a bird.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Why did I expect anything else?
So you are all beginning to lose consciousness to the sound
Wait.
of Mary Hoppins chattering.
Do vampires poop? Do vampires poop? Is that
Pass
the
out
last
screaming to
question?
vampires. Good.
You all, the last thing you hear is this and feel is the sound and impact of what you know is the beeping of a forklift, and then the carriage hitting the side of the container and lifting it up, presumably to put it on a truck.
I pass out full of anxiety.
Yep.
So you all,
How does
You-
it feel to like go into torpor?
Imagine if you took a sharp blow to the head that knocked you out, but without the sensation of pain, like just lights out. There is no sensation of going to sleep. Unconsciousness just takes you. As the day will pass, there are no watches to set here. You'll never really have that option. You don't have a sensation of time passing. It is losing consciousness and then regaining it. You did not dream. You didn't think.
It's like we blinked.
Are we drier now?
Yeah.
How are we still damp?
So there's. You are drier.
Yes.
You are definitely drier. Like you are now. Like someone would have to be paying attention to notice that you were wet. Although, like anyone would be paying attention to the mess that you all look like. You guys really need to do something about Jorgen. He cannot be. He's not going to blend in the ceremonial robe and the shotgun.
Do I heal? Like, how?
So, because you are all awakening, that will require a rouse check.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
Okay, I could do one. That's just one die, right?
Just one
A
die.
success.
Yep.
Success.
Good.
Success.
wish-
Failure.
I
Thank
wish
God.
critical success would do something, but I don't think you can crit with one die in this game.
No.
No. So, everybody who failed will go up one hunger. And the way that you would heal is willing your vampiric body to do so. All you have to do is roll a rouse check. So you would roll one dice per superficial wound you wanted to heal. and 3 per aggravated.
And how many successes do I need?
So you will heal in no matter what. But each one of them is a rouse check that can make you hungry.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you try to heal your aggravated damage, you'll have to roll 3 rouse checks.
Love that. Love that.
Oh my gosh.
So that's 2 successes for an aggravated and 1 failure. So I think that means I'm hungrier, but
Yes, so add 1 to your hunger rating.
So you can get like trip 3 hungers
Yes.
from aggravate. Oh.
He could have just gone all the way up to hunger 5. Or I don't know where he was, but
I'm gonna start healing superficial damage until I get to hunger 2. And I'm at hunger 2 after 1 roll. Great, love it.
I'm just gonna keep all my superficial damage right now.
I just have 1 left anyway, so I'll keep that.
Cool.
So-
I ask everyone, do I still look like hamburgers?
I mean, you're still covered in blood. Now it's just dry.
What's the name?
You look a little better. Not great.
Hey,
Maybe the robe should go.
sure,
Oh,
fine,
that
yeah.
would help
I'll take
too.
off the robe.
Is everyone else is awake, right?
yeah, so all of the beings in this container sort of rouse.
How
and
many
start
band
shuffling
members
about.
are there?
There are 5.
Okay. So I want to ask them. So where are we now? Are we finally in Tacoma?
We should be. And Jesse gets up and walks up to the end of the shipping container, and this has been a little bit designed for use. It can be opened from the inside.
Love that for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That feels pretty good, yeah.
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 So she opens it up and steps out into the twilight.
What are you guys gonna be playing again tonight?
We had our fill last night. We're probably gonna take I don't know, a week off or something like that.
Cool.
Great.
All right.
Hey, Tyr, does that cell phone work?
Am I allowed to turn it on now?
Is it dry?
It's probably dry.
I turn it on. Half a confirmation works for me.
It fires up.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm gonna ruin Mitch's social media.
I mean, isn't he already dead?
They don't know that.
Okay. Can I make a call first?
I'm worried about us using... Sure. Yeah, I hand the phone over.
So I would like to type in the phone number or probably need to get on the internet to find a phone number of a man by the name of Therian Horace.
So you go navigate to his business's website, and under his bio, you are able to get his number and call it. The other side of the line, a young man's voice answers. Hey, you've reached Therian, can I take a message for you? And you know that this is his secretary.
Actually, this is Jorgen. I'd really love to speak to Therian if he is at all available.
Oh, sure, Jorgen. Okay. Can you give me a couple minutes?
Sure.
He's talking to somebody. He put you on the most awful hold music you can imagine. It's like an elevator inside of your head.
Great. Love that.
After a few moments, the line clicks back on again, and you hear Therian's voice. Jorgen.
Hi, Therian. So, I'd love to ask what happened a couple nights ago, but I think I need some help. Could you send someone to pick me up and bring me and maybe a couple friends back to your place? We're in Tacoma.
You're not still at Seattle Metro Hospital? Look,
No.
we didn't. I mean, you remember what that night was like? We didn't come check on you. We just left you there in the lobby.
I mean, no, I don't remember anything about a hospital, so I can't blame you. I'm in Tacoma now. I'll look around for a landmark outside of this shipping container and ask if he can come pick us up there.
So you're surrounded by pretty large buildings that are on a hill, so there's kind of sloping down to the water. And if you look back up towards the mainland, you can see the Tacoma Dome kind of rising in between the buildings, which is a big amphitheater.
Yeah, Therian, could you send someone to pick us up at the Tacoma Dome?
Sure. Well, I can have somebody come pick you up. I'll send my driver.
Perfect. Thanks. And just a couple $100 to some nice people gave us a ride here. And I think they'd be real appreciative of just a little bit of money, and they won't ask more questions.
Are you asking me for money again, Jorgen? Really?
I mean, a couple $100 is like pocket change. So
It's the principle of the thing.
do you want me to beg?
Look,
I mean,
the
I did
driver's
just get-
gonna have my credit card on him if he thinks that it's a good idea. Maybe.
Perfect. Thanks. I'll tell you everything when I get there.
All right. We'll see you when you get here. And you know where here is. There's an old theater in the King's Cross area of Seattle.
So yeah, I'll end the call and then tell my new friends. I've got somewhere safe for us to go. A man I met here in America, his name's Therian. It's probably not his real name, but he trusts me, so you're all welcome to come.
Okay.
And maybe he'll have
Like-
some answers for me.
I
Is he
mean,
like your sugar daddy? What was that?
Uh, sugar daddy. No, I ended up translating some documents for him. Kind of what landed me in this predicament. So,
And where is his driver taking us?
it's an old vaudeville theater in King's Cross.
Is Tacoma or King's Cross closer to where I might be from? which one's closer to where I'd prefer to be?
So you want to get back out to the valley.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where I'm from either.
Who even am I?
So
What is Seattle?
Tyr kind of lives in kind of a suburban area that's just as you're coming up to the foothills of the mountains. It's kind of the Black Diamond area, which is if you head east out of Seattle, you'll run into. And it's kind of like between Tacoma and Seattle in north-south.
So is it taking me closer if I go with Jorgen?
6 of one, a half dozen of the other. You're kind of overshooting your destination.
Okay. Maybe you can drop me off in the middle.
Yeah, probably.
Cool. Does this guy have a Facebook?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna look at Mitch's stuff and open his photos and then gag and then delete all his photos. Does he have any recent texts that look interesting and not nasty?
Good idea.
There's plenty of nasty stuff in there. But
God,
anyways,
sure.
so you come upon a series of texts with a with someone named Jay, where he's talking about getting a bunch of guys together, breaking into a shipping yard and getting into a specific container.
So I also have to kill Jay. I really have no other direction. It just seems I have to kill these assholes. I don't know what else to do.
Start right in the hit list.
Just Tyr just tenses and just fist clenched for just a moment. Okay. God, I really don't want to use this fucking phone for this. God damn it. I don't want to call people I know on this fucking phone. No, I don't want to use their fucking phones either. No offense, other people.
While that's going on, Artemis is gonna talk to the rest of the band. What's the name of the lead? Jesse, right?
Yeah.
So, what are you guys gonna be doing tonight? What do you do in your off days?
We could practice, and she looks back at fingers. Fingers
Fucking
like
fingers.
All right.
I mean,
Fingers is unpacking shit and just throwing it in a corner in their new warehouse.
I mean, I do think it could use some work. I mean, despite vampiric charms, I think it'll pay to actually have some more practice and good music.
Good to know you care, Mary.
Yeah, I know talent when I see it. It's just unpolished. I feel like we can work on that. You could I'm also a musician myself. If you need some help on that regard.
Yeah, I play music too.
Oh, you do? What do you play, Jorgen?
No, please.
Stop laughing. I play a little of this, a little of that, but mostly French horn.
Oh, French horn.
Very helpful.
Yeah, I played in my college's symphony.
Yeah. You know what? We could have some of that in the band.
I don't think we're joining the band. I'm just gonna
not
put it
joining
out
the
there.
band.
Yeah. No offense, you guys are great and we are very appreciative for what's happened, and I don't think you're inviting us into the band or any of our critiques and criticisms. So thank you. Tyr is going to leave. Tyr wants to just go outside and not be near a shipping container and just be on the sidewalk or something.
I guess the band kind of like just lets you go. They're not really into this goodbye or talk. It is
Like,
Look, I'll stay behind. I'm a new vampire. I'm not really sure what's going on. If I could help you with the music, I could do that for now, and I can move on once I've got my feet on the ground. But I figured, that's something I could help you with. If you need like a secondary vocalist, like, yeah, or or keyboardist or whatever.
you angling for my
Sure,
job,
sure,
Mary?
What?
You angling for my job, Mary?
Oh well,
That didn't take
we
long.
could be like the Andrews sisters. We could do harmonies and things like that.
Well, Mary, I don't mind just sticking around. You can't join my band.
What?
You can't join my band.
All right. Well, I'll start my own. That's fine. Anyway, I
That's how it's
hopefully
done.
get to see you around. I'll get out of there.
backing away.
So Jorgen will tell everyone I got us a ride back up to Seattle. You're welcome to come with me. Spend the day at my place. We're just going to meet a ride up by the Tacoma Dome in probably 45 minutes now.
Okay.
Yeah, no offense, Jorgen. I am really appreciative for the ride. I got some stuff I need to check on,
Yeah, of course.
but it shouldn't be out of the way, and it's not like you have to drop me off right in front of anything.
Sounds good.
We're gonna have to like stick together a little bit at least until we find out what's going on, because you remember those shipping containers. We were like put in a special one. We don't know who else might be after us or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they were clearly trading vampires there, and we are clearly some kind of special cargo. So we might be safer if we stay together. So after you do your stuff, you should find us. You seek us out.
Yeah, just give me your information. I'm fine with that.
We should probably also get some burner phones or some sort of phone so we can keep in touch.
Yeah, I think we should probably break the shit out of that phone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get any more information out of it that I possibly can, besides Jay. Does that seem like the most interesting thing is that he had conversations with a man named Jay about the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess the pertinent thing to get to is Jay sending him an address.
Okay, I'm going to memorize Jay's number. 'Cause I believe in myself like that.
You could just write it down. We're in the
Do
city.
you have? Find me a piece of paper and a pen, and I'll write something down.
You have
Is there a
anything
pen in the purse?
Iris?
Yeah, is there a pen in the purse?
I can look. I don't think there is.
Iris, you're jamming your hand down into that purse?
Yeah. See if there's a pen for them.
There is. It's magic.
This fucking purse.
Purses in general.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna write the number down on my hand. Also, I know Jorgen's offering up stuff. I also have a place. His sugar daddy sounds like he probably has a better place, but I also have a place. So
I have a house. But
He's not a sugar daddy. It's
that
it
he
kind
did
of
like
sounds
that.
like it, though.
Yeah, it did. It did.
there's nothing. It's no. There's nothing like that. Oh my god.
Okay.
We all believe you 100%.
Yeah.
So you guys are all walking towards the Tacoma Dome. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
20-minute
And
walk.
then I'm gonna break that phone, just crush it in my hand, turn it to dust. Remember murdering Mitch, and then throw it in a trash.
So you're able to, you're able to just strongly snap it in half.
So anyway, perfect.
We're gonna need those burner phones as soon as possible.
You guys
Yeah,
are
not
passing
do it
like
tonight.
cheap, like
I have a
go
credit card.
wireless,
Do that,
like
yeah.
like
I pull out my credit card from my pocket. I have a credit card. It's not my credit card, but I have a credit card.
I don't know if we should go around using strangers' credit cards.
I mean,
without
I'm
a
fine
plan.
using it when we're not near. Does anybody live near here?
Well, I
I
don't know where I live, but I live around the area, some sort of area.
I don't know where
Iris,
I live, but
you
it's
live
somewhere.
you live in Tacoma, but in like the nice.
I live here. Okay.
You live in the nice like
Oh,
near the point, near the Narrows Bridge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could swing by a shop and you know what? Phone's on me. Phone's on Jessica. Is that her name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Phone's on Jessica.
All right. I guess. Yeah.
Well, to the burner phone shop.
Burner phones are us.
Right there. Wow.
There's a full name, right? Jessica.
Jessica, what is it?
This is my first.
I
session. I'm
don't
taking
have
notes.
any of my notes because of circumstances.
I do have her name somewhere.
Like Sawicki? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sawicki.
that's it.
Aha.
Jessica Sawicki.
Jessica Sawicki. I've decided she's a bitch and I'm going to use her money. So it's kind of what I'm thinking.
All right.
So, there's like a minimum amount of information you guys have to give in order to get a phone. I think you can get away with just your names. Is that actually
Okay.
happening though?
Everyone squints.
Well,
Four
I'll just make up
names.
names for everyone. So,
4 for Mary Hoppins.
Yeah, just
Mary-
I mean, yeah, Mary, just buy 4 of them or something. You know, we're all
yeah.
Yeah, it's just one name is
Yeah.
fine.
All right, under Mary.
Mary Hoppins buys a cell phone. Buys a cell phone.
Happens.
The trail goes cold at Mary Hoppins.
We've done it, boys. We've eluded them. We've won.
So you guys have 4 burner phones.
Cool. Send everybody. Just put everybody's
Yeah,
number
we'll
in
just
it.
exchange our numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Well,
Yeah, and then after we get those new numbers, we head up to the Tacoma Dome.
Yeah.
There's nothing going on tonight, so it's pretty dead. You guys are gonna wait uncomfortably in a little bit of street light.
We're all just awkwardly standing there, hair slick to our faces, covered in blood. But we have burner phones, so we have
Are we
that
still
going for
covered
us.
in
It's
blood?
fine.
I'm sure there's some blood.
Excuse you, I was never injured. I have no blood on me.
You need me to
There's
take a
no
shower.
blood, just bullet holes.
Yeah. I am just. Oh, my shirt is only just full with buckshot. That is all.
Yeah, you guys are a very awkward looking group in this very like kind of run down part of town. It's Tacoma though, so I mean large portions of it are that. After 20 minutes of waiting, a large black sedan pulls around the corner, and Jorgen immediately waves it down, recognizing it.
Yeah, this is the one.
Are you sure your friends didn't do this to us? I'm just double checking.
Yeah, pretty sure they left me at the hospital because I think they thought I was dead, which, I mean, isn't entirely wrong. So, yeah, they...
Do you have anything to do with all of this?
Wow, I have turned her against you so quickly.
You
Know
think,
my power, Jorgen. I've
think
rallied them.
this is my fault? Is that what you're asking?
What do you mean? I mean, how were we involved in this? Anyway,
I don't know. What happened to you last night?
I'm gonna knock
I don't
on the
remember.
car window. Let me in.
I was just having my perching toilet poop. Okay,
Alright.
that's.
She's
I
lost
thi-
her mind, guys. I don't know what to do.
Mary Poppins
Not well.
and Jorgen are yelling at each other on the street corner while Iris and Tyr give puppy dog eyes to the driver who's like looking at you all like what the fuck is
All right.
going on?
Please.
Let's go. Let's go into this car.
I just get into the front seat while they fight. Yelling.
Yeah, then I'll climb into the back. I'm good.
I don't want to have to
need
sit
me in.
next to Mary
Yeah, I will.
or
I'll,
Jorgen.
I'll take the seat next to Jorgen, or Tyr, the seat next to myself, and tell the driver, yeah, just bring us back to the theater, and we'll probably drop Tyr off somewhere along the way.
Yeah. I'll give him, I will not give him an address, but I'll give him a street nearby and just be like, if you see the street, drop me at it. And I'll just walk.
Okay. So Tyr, you are so the sedan, the door's shut, and you all kind of settle into the black leather of the sedan. It's the most comfortable place you've been in the past 24 hours by quite a good margin. And the sedan gets up to speed, getting onto I-5, headed north. And that's where we're going to take our break. When we last left off, our 4 vampires were driving northbound on I-5 in Jorgen's associate's vehicle. They are currently making a stop off to drop Tyr back in her hometown in the valley east of Tacoma and Seattle. The car pulls up to a gas station, awash with red fluorescent light in the late evening, and rolls to a stop.
Yeah, Tyr goes to start getting out.
Before she gets out of the car, Jorgen stops her and moves around in the car and reaches in the center console and pulls out a business card for his name is Therian Horace, and it has his the phone number and address. And Jorgen says, "This is where the driver is taking us tonight. If you need anywhere to stay, or I guess this is where we'll be."
Thanks. She's gonna take the card. Contact me, I guess, if you need anything. Hopefully you don't.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be out there on your own, but judging from what you can do, I think it's us who might need the contacting, honestly.
Hopefully we're all good. See you around. Tyr is going to get out of the car, wait for it to get out of sight, and then is going to make a beeline towards the gym.
The gym is just about a block away. Walking briskly, you walk into the parking lot of a strip mall. It's a modest example of what could be found anywhere in medium to small town America. And you approach the glass front of the gym. It's currently dark. It's probably at least an hour later than the last class, so people have filtered out. There's one yellowish light you can see down the hall in the back to the office where the proprietor, Odin, must still be working, closing up.
Yeah, she goes straight to the door and knows it's already locked because it's after hours and just starts banging on the door.
It's loud. That sound just echoes through the parking lot, breaking the norms of society that people expect at this time of night. There's no one around to hear it, though, except for Odin. A large African-American head pokes its way out into the hallway, face all scrunched up, expecting to find some transient banging on the door. When his eyes see you, though, his face relaxes. He walks towards the door and unlocks it.
The second he unlocks the door, I open it and instantly hug him and hold on to him. Just a wave of relief that he is alive and that he wasn't on that ship and that he wasn't abducted or being taken somewhere or is at the bottom of the bay, that he's all right.
He is shocked to feel your embrace. It's not normal behavior for you or him to hug, but after a moment, he returns it warmly. He's about your size. He's on the large-ish side for a man, which is about equivalent to a Tyr.
I'm largish for a man.
That's a unit of measure, I think, from here on
Yeah.
out.
Largish for a man. She's gonna look at him. Could we talk in the back?
Of course. What happened? Never mind. Come on back. We'll go to the lounge.
Tyr locks the door behind her and follows Odin to the back and goes to sit and then realizes sitting is incredibly uncomfortable, and then she stands back up and is sort of pacing, and she becomes incredibly uncomfortable, and this kind of very strong sort of woman persona is instantly just diminished, and she is incredibly small and uncertain as she tries to figure out what to say. What do you remember what happened after the fight? I remember drinking with a woman, and that's it.
We. It was a great night out. After the fight, people calmed down. It seemed like most folks were just content to drink, and the troublemakers all left.
Um, I I was I was taken somewhere. I woke up on a boat, and I don't know what I am. Odin, I killed
T-
people.
Tyr, well, when you say that, he stops. Look, I'm sure you hurt someone real bad, but you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't kill anybody. That didn't happen. Don't even entertain the notion. I should never have left you there.
No, no, that's not your fault, but fuck, I did. I was abducted, and then there were men with guns, and we were on the boat, and something happened to me.
Did they hurt you, Tyr?
Um, I don't know if anybody can. You told me stories, and I thought that when I died, I would go to Valhalla. I was working for it, and I think I died, and I am still here. I'm some sort of abomination.
No, you are not. You made it back, which is what you were supposed to do, is make it back. I don't know what you had to do to make that happen, but you are right where you're supposed to be. Okay?
Mm-hmm. You told me about Draugrs. That they aren't worthy of going to Valhalla, so they have to stay here, and I'm she just instantly starts to kind of clam up, like, into herself, becoming incredibly uncomfortable.
Let me get you some coffee.
Yeah.
He's been boiling some water, and he goes back and pours it into a little French press and just makes a cup real quick.
She takes it. Thank you. She takes a sip of it. What's that like?
That is like trying to drink a cup of liquid gravel. The moment it hits your tongue, you are aware that it is not food, and it does not belong in your mouth, throat, or stomach. And you can try to drink it, but this is a decision that will eventually be made for you by your body, that it will not stay inside you.
The second that it feels wrong, I think it's just an instant reaction of dropping the cup and just starting to dry heave to get this out of the system.
Tyr immediately reaches for you, just your shoulder, like, hey, it's okay. Just sit down.
Mm-hmm.
You-
she'll sit and she reaches up and places a hand on his hand.
He feels how cold your hand is, and this is the first moment when he's really put together that something is physically wrong with you. And how different you are from maybe the warm human that he knew.
She's going to take her hand back. Odin, I need you to promise me that we can't tell anybody about this.
To you, of course, but this isn't... If some people got hurt, and I'm sure they deserved it, this ain't gonna just go away.
Yeah, I just give me some time. Just wait.
Yeah, of course, all the time in the world. I'm not saying this to force some kind of ultimatum on you at all. Just to let you know that this is not gonna go away. People are gonna come look for their friends. Cops are gonna find out, and this will only escalate.
I think at that that's kind of the breaking point, and she starts to like kind of curl in and she starts to cry.
Oh gosh. I'm so glad you made it back. I don't know what happened, but I'm glad you made it here.
Yeah. Thank you, Odin. I needed to make sure you were okay. I'm gonna go. I need to lay down.
Okay. I'll come check on you in the morning.
God damn it. Could you please check on me tomorrow night?
Okay. Whatever you need. He wants to hug you, but either he thinks you don't want to be touched or something else.
She does not go in for a hug or move towards it this time after the reaction with touching his hand. But Tyr gets up. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't call my number. I don't have my phone anymore. I'm gonna go. And Tyr is going to just start making her way out of the gym.
He gets up to hold the door open for you. He's awkward in the silence. He doesn't know what to say.
Tyr certainly doesn't know what to say either. And good night. And she is going to make her way outside and tries to walk home, and then it just turns into a full sprint. Just runs the rest of the way there.
This run is actually something you've done many times before, just as a warm-up to get to the gym. You live very close by, about 1.5 miles, and Tyr is in the kind of shape where she covers 1.5 miles at a good pace, and that's what she calls a warm-up.
After this this warm-up, she just goes straight into her apartment and just goes straight to her room and just curls up on the bed and just lays there.
Uh, it's uh, it's comforting to be back in your own bed, and some things seem a little distant as you try to just disassociate from it for a moment, but you can't. You can't escape the notion that there is some sort of that time is passing, and that things are moving. Things that come from that ship are moving in the background. And that's where we'll leave Tyr. Which brings us back to a car moving northbound on I-5 with Iris, Jorgen, and Mary Hoppins.
Mary Hoppins.
It's Mary.
You guys, I think one important thing we need to do right now is we need to get a blood source.
Jorgen loudly clears his throat and looks like wide-eyed at Mary, and then up at the driver, and then back and like,
Mary's like looking at, it's like, oh right, kind of.
Jorgen, who's in the front seat?
Me.
Okay. Iris, make a wits awareness roll.
What's the weirdness? Oh god, I only have 2 dice for that.
I feel you, man.
I got one success.
That's good enough. That
Thank God.
driver heard everything, and he works for he's accustomed to some weird shit, and his eyes are like on the road. His hands are at 10 and
Oh,
2,
great.
and that's his reaction to hearing that.
Oh god. She's gonna start panicking internally because she doesn't know these people, and now this guy doesn't know me, knows something about me that I don't want people to know. So she unbuckles her seatbelt. Is like, I need to get out of this car right now. You have to pull over. I don't care. Pull over this goddamn car. It starts reaching for the door handle. It was like ready to jump.
Yes,
Mary, no.
we
No,
lost
no, Mary. I'm leaving.
The driver, he glances over at you, and then returns his eyes to the road, changing lanes to get off the highway.
Jorgen will reach up in the center console again and get out a little business card and hand it to you and say,
Yep. For when I need to contact you, I know. Yep.
Oh.
Just like her. Got it. I'll rip it out of his hands, shove it in the purse, waiting for the moment I can bolt out of this car.
The car glides down to a stop, and this whole area is very mountainous. So there's a steep drop. In some cases, when you were human, you remember your eardrums popping, coming in and out of valleys of western Washington. It glides to a stop after a steep drop at an on-off ramp for I-5. It's in kind of the industrial area between Seattle and Tacoma.
If it stopped, she rips the door open and gets the heck out of there and slams it behind her without saying a word.
The driver just barely manages to release the child lock before you completely lose your shit. You step out into a breezy night.
She walks a bit away from the car, like from where they saw her get dropped off, and doesn't even think about it. Pulls out the new phone and puts her information in for like an Uber to go back to her gallery because she's not going where those two are. Not anytime soon.
If she wants to get home, she's going the wrong way. They were headed northbound to Seattle, and your home is in Tacoma, to the south. And so after a moment, you punch in and your debit card information, Iris's debit card information into the phone, and call for an Uber. One pulls up, a late model Japanese car, typical of a college kid working his way in a gig job.
Yeah, she'll just sit in the back silently for the whole ride, just fuming on the inside.
This driver has just enough good sense to pick up on the fact that someone doesn't want to be talked to. Not all Uber drivers have this skill.
He's special.
Yeah,
Aw.
he's the chosen one. So he makes a Texas turnaround, a U-turn, gets on the other side of I-5 and heads south. And you are on your way home. That's probably about a 20-minute drive back to the trendier area of Tacoma, where an artist might dwell. A successful artist, I should say. Because Tacoma is cheaper than Seattle, but still far more expensive than what a typical American would be used to. You get out in front of, or where do you tell them to go? Do you tell them to go to your house or to
The gallery.
the gallery? Okay, so you return to the gallery, which kind of overlooks the Tacoma kind of industrial bay, for lack of a better word. And it's it's a nice, like, windowed front. It's a windowed front that looks a lot more expensive than the windowed front that Tyr encountered. It's sheer glass the whole way, no like cheap metal framing. Looks like someone had to buy a large piece of glass to use there. But that is there no more. That was destroyed in the riot and is now boarded up with plywood.
So Iris would walk up and try the doorknob, hoping to get in, but
It is locked, as doors at night are wont to be.
Yeah.
And you do not have your keys on you.
no. So she's gonna look around and try to break this door open. She owns the place, so don't really care. It'll get replaced with the window if it gets replaced at this point.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a larceny dexterity roll.
Oh, that's a critical success.
Ooh.
So this whole front area has just been absolutely trashed, and you use that to your advantage. You're able to kind of find a broken hunk of metal that was part of the framing of the structure that was just kind of broken off, and you jam that into the door and wedge it open, and it doesn't even look that differently because you're able to kind of line it up with pre-existing damage. It just looks like something happened to it in the past few nights, which is true. Something did. People did break in here in the last few nights.
Yeah. She'll drop the piece of metal outside and walk in, look around.
There's one last detail about the door. There's a piece of
Ooh.
tape over it that is crime scene tape.
Yeah, she'll ignore it and go in.
Okay. No problem. It's just tape.
Yeah.
It has no power here. You walk in and are surrounded by your ruined artwork. Sculptures that have been kind of chipped away at, broken, graffitied on. It sucks. A lot of your work has been destroyed. Probably a year and a half it took to get this place up and running. Gone.
She walks around really quickly looking at all the damage. I'm just trying not to break down because, like, that's literally hundreds upon hundreds of hours right there. And walks just looking to see if there's any kind of sign as to, like, the person that was there before, the woman that she remembered from that night.
Go ahead and make an investigation intelligence roll.
1.
You should probably spend a lot of time mourning the death of your art. That's just a distracting thing that is not easy to get past. But after a moment, you recall that as you were meeting with the woman at the gallery just prior to the riot, she had left both her purse with you during the course of the riot because she needed it, presumably to maybe fend off a rioter. Who knows? And she also left her jacket there.
I will go check what's in that jacket and see if there's anything that she might have left behind.
You kind of rifle through the pockets, just kind of grab them real quick. There's not much in there. Some things kind of jingle. There's some lipstick, various lady tools to like remake your face quickly.
Lady tools.
We're keeping that. I'm gonna keep just so you know what this place is like. We're keeping it. It's the only language I know. So, not much in there until you get to a something that feels like, from your grabbing of it, inside a pocket, like another piece of lipstick, but it's not when you reach in there and examine the actual items. You see this shiny golden metallic rectangle. You know what this is? It's a super fancy thumb drive. You can pull the little golden metal cap off and access the USB port.
And I would take that and go use it on my computer to see what's on it right away.
Okay. Who the fuck is this lady? Why does she have a thumb drive? So you insert it into the computer and fire it up. Nothing. It's to your knowledge, at least. Why don't we? What's your technology at? I'm not gonna make you roll, but I'm curious. How someone
whole with 0.
Oh, okay, all right.
No technology here.
The 0 technology description. So you put this thumb drive, into the computer, boot up your computer, and you are a child of the millennium. You can navigate to a folder. Congratulations.
I would know to click on the folder.
Yep. Only my grandma has a negative technology score. Poor old. You navigate to the folder and click on it. It is what appears to be a text file. You have 0 technology, so go ahead and roll raw intelligence if you want to.
Oh, I have 2 dice in that, so I'm going to.
Yeah, you need. Well, that makes it possible for you to crit. Add your
Ooh,
hunger dice, please.
I didn't crit. I only got 2.
Okay, 2 is enough for a little bit of a clue. So it looks like absolute garbage in this text file. However, you notice that it's ordered garbage, to say the least. Like there's symbols that repeat every so often in there, and whatever this is, you know that it needs some sort of tool, some sort of software to decrypt it, make sense of it.
Yeah, I don't understand what the heck this is saying. So I'll just put it in the purse with everything else I'm carrying around at this point. And grab her jacket too, because why not? It's probably worth a lot.
It's a very nice jacket.
Yeah. And then,
Solid white, kind of like trench coat type looking jacket.
Nice. And she doesn't really want to go home. There's no reason to go home. So she just goes out into the gallery area and starts ripping everything down. It's all junk anyway, and just starts making it all into a giant pile. Just taking out her anger that way of what's happened.
It has made you uncomfortable to be around all of this destroyed art.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it wasn't your own, you feel like this is not something you could tolerate. And it has to be destroyed. The art comes down in some cases. In some cases, it is a 1,000-pound statue, and it's just not going anywhere.
Get to it later.
Yeah, unless you find like a sledgehammer around here. There's stoneworking tools in this place if you want to make a federal case out of it. But
She is probably going to spend the rest of the night there just destroying everything unless something else happens to stop her
okay.
at this point.
That happens.
It certainly happens.
We will leave Iris here to destroy her life's work throughout the night. Perhaps we will return to her before the sun rises. We'll see. But for the moment, she is creating a clean slate.
You do it super fast.
That's a nice way to put it. A clean slate, not angry destruction.
No. I'm just cleaning up after
Yeah,
what happened.
just practical.
Yeah.
So, with that, we return back to the car. Maybe for the last time. Who knows? We could split up again. Mary Hoppins and Jorgen are headed northbound again. Their driver is unsettled, but doing his job. He's a trooper.
And for most of the car ride, Jorgen awkwardly sits there, like feeling like he wants to talk, but not feeling comfortable enough to talk.
Yeah, I think Mary's just not gonna say anything the rest of the ride. Probably when they're out of earshot of the driver.
It's very late evening. It's probably one of the only times it's even tolerable to get into Seattle. Driving into the city is a nightmare. Usually you should block out a good hour and a half to get from anywhere outside of Seattle into Seattle by car. But this time of evening, 11, 12 o'clock, if there's not some great event going on, it's only like 30 to 45 minutes. You get off probably on the second exit in Seattle, headed towards the King's Cross station area. Kind of the first stop where you're pulling into the business area of the downtown district and leaving behind the industrial south of um, Rainier and the train station. In that area, there's no parking. So the driver just drops you off in front of a theater. The theater that you are going to. The working place of Therian, from which he conducts most of his business.
Jorgen will lead Mary inside, and the entrance is like right under the marquee, and will lead into a very well appointed building. Like, obviously someone with money bought some kind of rundown old establishment and then put a whole bunch of money into it. And he starts leading through kind of a maze of passageways back to green rooms and workshops to where Therian has his office.
On the way to going to Therian's office, Artenusa Mary is gonna ask, so what do you remember from the night, the last thing you remembered before we ended up there?
Well, it gets a little foggy, but so I was with a group of people here. We were over on the stage. We had just gotten done eating Chipotle, and so there were some documents that I had translated for Therian, and it was a ritual of some kind.
A ritual? I mean,
It's I know it sounds crazy, but it was.
so you know more about this than you're letting on, or?
I mean, I never thought the ritual would work, but Therian acquired some blood from a dubious source, and we went about the motions.
What do you do for a living anyway? What are you doing with blood and rituals? I mean,
Well, I was a professor of ancient Greek, so that's why I was.
and did these ancient Greek do these sorts of things?
I mean, this one was written in a kind of bastardized dialect of ancient Greek, so I don't think it was the same people, but I don't know who wrote it, so.
I mean, okay. If I find out that you're the reason why all of this happened, well, I mean, the other two might be complaining. I might just be slightly complaining. Honestly, I was kind of looking for it. I only heard rumors of vampires, and the last thing I remember was I was just at home, pooing. I was also eating Chipotle. I mean, that's kind of a coincidence, isn't it? I never thought. Anyway, I'm sure it's nothing. But the other two, they weren't looking for it at all. They seem really innocent. I can't really detect a pattern. Hold on,
don't-
hold on. I bring out my phone and and like start like texting them. Did you guys eat Chipotle?
Jesus Christ. Sponsored by Chipotle.
All right. Look, if there's a pattern, we need to suss it out. I don't know. You're the
Just make sure I
professor or
keep track of
something.
this whole text
You know what I mean?
conversation here, 'cause that's important.
I mean,
One
what
text.
what what is it that you remember, Mary? Like, what were you doing?
Yeah, so I just remember I came home from work, I guess. And I was in my apartment and I was just in the bathroom. I don't know if I just fell asleep. It was a very late night. That's the last thing I remember. And
Wow,
I woke up in that dark room.
that part sucked. Um. So anyway, this is Therion's office. Let's go in and meet him.
Yeah, can I'll follow you. Is there a bathroom here somewhere? Just, you know, I need
Um,
to
Jorgen, you could probably use a bathroom to freshen up a little bit.
Are you
mean-
saying that I look like raw beef?
Yeah, I mean you've taken a few punches with the shotgun, and that's healed shockingly well, but it's still a little bit apparent that you had a rough night.
you could use some, extra fixing up yourself.
Okay. Yeah. I'll lead you to some matching single bathrooms, through some green or some dressing rooms, and
This place is a theater.
was not anymore.
What do you mean not anymore?
I mean, Therion owns it now, so
So
he
he's
doesn't
turned
like
it
host
into
shows or anymore.
Oh, well, I guess that's fine. Someone's using up old buildings, so that's one thing.
Yeah, we performed the ritual on the stage, but
You
when we're not doing that, he rolls down
He
the
did it
screen
here.
and yeah,
Where's the stage?
he'll point through a door and through the workshop there.
All right. Just get me to a bathroom. Just get me to a bathroom.
Yeah, I'll show you the dressing room, bathrooms, and I'll go clean my apparently ugly face.
Somebody
As
had
well.
to say it. Somebody had to tell it.
While
I'm sorry, Jorgen.
Jorgen's gonna clean up his ugly face, Artman's gonna bolt right out of the bathroom and run towards where the theater is, or sorry, the stage.
Yeah, so it's just through a workshop. That's it now holds like there's a loft in there that holds a bunch of old furniture, and it's more of a storage space now, but then that leads over to the thick curtains of a stage.
Artanus is gonna open the curtains and see what's on the stage.
So that's an interesting thing to take a look out on. So the curtains open back, and the stage is kind of dimly lit now because obviously the stage lights aren't on. There's just kind of ambient lighting for people to navigate the seats and maybe little portions of the stage. Red velvet seats, hanging drapes to kind of catch the sound everywhere. It's done in kind of the period of the modern times. It's been restored to the way that it was back when it was built in the early 50s, late 40s. So back to that Art Deco style. Um, the strange thing about this theater, though, is something that most crowds would never get to see. Carved into the hardwood of the stage that performers would be walking on, there is a complex series of geometric shapes. Um, Concentric circles, um, uh, equilateral triangles made together to kind of form a star. Maybe not, maybe so. It's kind of difficult to tell. But the whole stage is carved up that way with these very fine, thinly made lines.
Holy shit, they didn't even clean up. Um, I'm gonna like see if there are materials, bottles, anything like that of the sort.
It's not. There's not. Uh, there's not like anything left on the stage. These lines cut into the stage, you can tell, are a permanent part of it that might even be original, because the wood was definitely there back in the 1940s. This is thin plank wooden flooring, the kind you wouldn't see anymore.
Okay, I'll just make a mental note of that, and just head back to where Jorgen was.
Yeah, Jorgen will finish cleaning up his ugly face.
Are you going to? Are you gonna spend like a rouse check to heal yourself?
Yes, I did, and I thought I could heal more and maybe roll better, but I'm too hungry and got the worst of my damage out of the way.
Oh, well, okay.
This is from
I
your
mean-
previous roll from before the break, right? We're just
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's meet this Therian.
Yeah, I will. Jorgen will lead Mary into Therian's office, which is, I mean, tastefully decorated if you don't have much taste. Dark woods, ostentatious, gold, gold lamps, gold whatever. Probably a little too much awkward taxidermy, but
By that you mean any taxidermy?
yeah.
Is there a point when you get enough taxidermy that it comes back around again and it becomes not awkward anymore?
You know, we haven't gotten there yet, so
Well, you know, we'll make a try for it here on this show.
and yeah, I'll go up to the desk and say, "Good evening, Therian."
Therian closes a book and sets it down. He's a older man in his early 60s, maybe. White, kind of has the clown, I'm bald haircut, bald on top with the ring of decaying white hair. He closes the book, sets it down. It's kind of a feudal. He looks down at it and then looks up at you, and you're aware that it was kind of a feudal gesture of, I don't know, intimidation or insecurity, because you're well aware that he doesn't read Greek from the Middle Period, so the book wouldn't be much use to him. Jorgen! I'm glad my driver was able to find you.
Yeah, I'm glad he could come pick us up too.
I think you have a story to tell. Maybe you can explain how you got from Seattle Hospital to the Tacoma Dome.
Well, so I don't even remember getting to Seattle Hospital. I don't remember being there. Perhaps, so I remember starting the ritual, and from there, things get blurry, and then I woke up in a shipping container. So maybe you can remind me how I got to the hospital.
Oh my boy, I was. I felt like the ritual was on the cusp of success. We had completed the transfusion that you had agreed upon, that was prescribed. Puts his finger down on the book that he cannot read. Unfortunately, it appeared that you might not make it, even though we had almost entirely completed the.
Well, good and bad news. I think you completed it, and I don't think I made it.
You've changed?
Well, the shotgun blast I took to the face.
That's
would
wonderful
say yes.
news! I'm so proud of you. He gets up from the desk, like walks around.
Ah.
I knew this would work. I knew it.
Can I examine the room while they're like talking? Like
Sure.
just like looking around and see what I might see.
So the one thing that you would notice about it is that there are no computers. It's perhaps the only room here in the year of our Lord 2020 that doesn't have computers in it. This is the first time you can remember being absent of them in quite some time.
As soon as Therian gets up, Artenusa is gonna walk forward and be like, "Hi, good evening. My name is Mary Hoppins. So nice to meet you. I would like to use awe on Therian and really just make him focus upon my visage." And like go close to Therian and be very like physically close.
As soon as you stand up, his eyes kind of land on you and stick. Go ahead and, well, I should say that. You could abjectly fail. Go ahead and roll.
What?
So this
do
would
I
be
roll?
charisma plus
Yeah.
awe plus a skill that I'm going to
Charisma, sexiness.
Yeah.
Performance.
Yeah, what do
or
you-
persuasion?
It,
I
so
think it's
I think it would
performance.
actually be persuasion, maybe
Okay,
subterfuge,
persuasion.
but probably persuasion.
I also have striking looks.
Add it in.
Two of us here have it, so that's 11 dice.
Holy shit.
One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8 successes.
He dies on the spot. He has a heart
Dies.
attack and he's dead.
Like I said, his eyes land on you and absolutely stick, without taking his eyes off of Mary.
I go forward and really nice to meet you. I take his hand, shake it, and I hug him. And while I'm hugging him, I'm gonna see what's in his pockets.
Stealing your sugar daddy.
Hey, that's mine.
Sorry, sugar daddy.
You can find your own.
Or what's in the desk behind him. Something I can like just like pickpocket right now is what I'm after.
Sure. So this is gonna be good old larceny dexterity.
All right.
He warmly returns your embrace and he seems completely flummoxed by this turn of events. That he's been stricken by your beauty, but also that you are behaving in such a way as to give a
Okay.
shit.
I have 2 successes.
You managed to rifle through his pockets. It's not you don't find anything that you wouldn't find anywhere else, except for, well, something you would find in an old man's pocket, and a quite ancient flip phone is
Okay.
available for the taking.
I'll take that and put it in my pocket and like pat his shoulders like, yeah. Really
Yeah.
cool.
Jorgen, when were you going to introduce us?
Sorry. Yes, this is her name's Mary. Yeah, she told you that. So after
I'm
you dropped me
sorry
off,
to have interrupted you. I'm gonna just sit there in the back now. Really nice to meet you, and I'm gonna sit back in the back. Like,
Oh, Mary,
stay back.
that's of course not. I have a seat, and there's obviously like kind of this like business arrangement of chairs. He directs Mary towards like the place where Jorgen would be seated, would be sitting to address him behind his desk.
And Mary's looking at Jorgen like we're like gods or something. Like,
And
what we can do.
he positions himself in such a way that there's no like place for Jorgen to sit.
so
Like you could choose another chair, but you'd be like not facing the conversation anymore.
Fine, I'll just stand.
Standing too, so
So I don't remember being at the hospital. I woke up yesterday night and there were chains around my neck. There were 4 of us, 5 kind of. And we were in a shipping container on a ship in the Sound, and I got us out of the shipping container, and there were men with guns. And have you heard of Takeshi Pharmaceuticals?
I think I have some securities with them. I may have invested. They're a pharmaceutical company that has a headquarters here in Seattle.
Well,
You know I like to invest low.
yes, of course. Well, they were shipping other people like me, hanging by their
Shipping
feet.
people?
Yeah. Yep. People
Oh, dear.
with pieces of wood inside their chest, hanging by their feet in shipping containers.
That's not what this was supposed to be. Okay. I don't know what happened to you. We left you at the hospital. Whatever this is, it has nothing to do with the theater.
I mean, I didn't think that the container that we ended up in was nothing like the Takeshi Pharmaceuticals containers, and I don't know who put us there. There's nothing tying any of us together.
I mean, there's Chipotle. But I just say that really quietly.
There's Chipotle.
Look, I'm glad that you've returned. I was just about to come up with a way to get you out of that hospital when I got your call.
Well, it looks like you weren't the one who needed to get me out of the hospital. Do you think they would have like video footage of someone taking me?
Perhaps.
When that was just, I guess, last night, right?
48 hours ago, when we thought the ritual had failed, we as a group decided that it would be best to just get you to the hospital and let them take care of it. That is what happened.
So I'm missing about 24 hours then?
If you... I suppose you are.
Okay.
Look, what happened on that ship? How did you get off?
Well, there were rednecks with guns, and they were trying to take over the ship, so we might have killed a few of them.
Jorgen,
I didn't.
you were party to a murder and you came here?
Well, I didn't bring the murderer here. She's a gigantic woman. Could
Ow.
easily rip your skull off.
Frightful.
We dropped her off in on our way, and
Go ahead and make a subterfuge roll for me. It's manipulation
Okay.
subterfuge.
I don't have my dice out. Can somebody roll
How many?
two dice?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, no.
Real
How many of those
hard.
are hunger? Both
That can't
of them?
be.
Both of them are hunger.
Both of them. Perfect. I
if
got
that
you,
counts.
fam. You have 2 failures.
Great.
No ones, right?
No, it's 4 and a 3.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Jillian.
Problem. You get for
As-
talking about Tyr in front of this guy.
As soon as the words, we didn't bring the murderer come out of your mouth, implying that there was only a single murderer, he gives you kind of like a, look, I don't know what happened, but I think I might be able to help you out.
What do we need to do?
Nothing. Stay right here. Sit in that chair right there.
Sure.
I will contact some people that deal with this sort of thing. They'll hide you.
Deal with this sort of thing. What sort of thing?
So people have attempted this ritual before, and it doesn't always work. They clean it up.
And who are they?
They are a very talented a graduate program at the University of Washington.
Sounds like bullshit.
It's,
A graduate program.
they are the source of my information. The artifacts that I brought you here to translate.
Okay. When should we meet them?
They should be here any moment.
Oh, they're coming tonight. Great.
I knew that you would need this help. Jorgen, it's the least I could do.
And you trust them?
They have always made the problem go away.
Oh, I'm just a problem that needs to go away then?
They're going to hide you, my boy. Of course you won't be around anymore, and I'm sad and I'm sorry, but this is the only way that the theater can continue. I'm so excited. It worked! It finally, I wish you could stick around and we could figure out what the difference was between you and all the people who have attempted this in the past.
You've attempted this in the past, haven't you?
And not me specifically, but I've known and maybe organized some of these, assisted, helped.
Okay. Well, guess we'll meet these people.
A fine choice. I'm so glad that you brought her, by the way.
Oh.
She would have just been another loose end.
Therian, the way that you're talking is, it's very
Okay,
concerning.
I understand how that sounds. I just know how these things can get out of control.
Okay. Don't think there's anywhere else I could go that you wouldn't be able to find me anyway.
Artenusa looks at Jorgen like, what are you doing? Are you just letting this like happen kind of expression?
He just kind of shrugs.
Go ahead.
I'll ask Therian. Well, Therian, what do you know about what do you know about what happened to Jorgen here?
It's the next step. The thing we're all trying to get to without dying.
Dying. Yeah. You know what? I think you could be right. If this is the next step, it's worth exploring.
After a few moments, you hear footsteps echoing down the hallway outside on the wooden floor. There are two exits, the one you came in, and a side door that leads out into a dressing room.
For a hot second, Jorgen thinks about running away, but it's been a long couple days.
Just not
Um,
Jorgen's style.
Yeah.
Artnus is curious and is gonna stay there.
A few breaths later, if you had breaths, the door opens without a knock or an invitation, and 3 men enter the room. Young, put together, well dressed. They cast their gazes around and locate the 3 of you.
Did they look like they could be grad students?
No, they don't. They don't look like grad students.
Jorgen will grumble under his breath. Grad students, my gosh.
They look like Secret Service members. They have like black suits on, short hair. The first one to enter the room looks at Therian. You said there would be 1. There are 2. What happened? And Therian looks back at him, shocked. There were more. He says the word awkwardly. Survivors. You could tell he looks upset at not having this information before walking into the room. He looks directly at Jorgen. Exit the theater. Get into the car parked on the street out front. And the coldness of his eyes pierces you, and each period in the sentences he just spoke lands with a kick to your guts. For a moment, your feet start to move and rise you from this chair. And that is where we're going to leave our story.
All right.
Nerds are screwed.
Artnus is gonna just probably like once hearing the instructions, like follow the instructions.
I have legs.
By themselves, just like walk out of there.
I can escort
Why
myself.
not?
I know where that car is. You gave me directions. All right.
We must uphold the tenets of polite society.
Right, exactly.
We're all very polite.
No fighting in fancy office.
Can't destroy the taxidermy.
Thank you for joining us, everybody. This is a Dice Cult gig, of which there are many. We alternate every other Saturday with a Call of Cthulhu game. Happens the same time, same place, just alternating Saturdays. And on Wednesday night, we have Roll Inc. featuring some D&D, kind of the one of the mainstays of Dice Cult. On Tuesday night, we have Legends of Theia, also a D&D game, and the flagship On the Backs of Gods on Monday nights. Led by the Game Master Jillian down there.
Hi.
There.
Come check out On the Backs of Gods every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right, thank you for joining us.
For those of you on YouTube, like and subscribe and share.
Smash
all
that
of
bell button.
Oh, yeah.
No
I have
one talks
control
to
of this.
YouTube
Ring to the
people.
bell.
I have control of this, and I'm killing it now.
That ding dong button to get
you
updates
see a
on when we do
button-
stuff.
Hit it.
No.